Good day, everyone. This is Lois with Diamonds and Things coming to you from the Northeast on another warm afternoon. And I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to drop by today and do another stitch with me or stitch along, whatever you want to call it. If you're looking for diamond painting, that will be on another day. Because today I wanted to bring you this little kitty here from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch. And I know I've shown it before, but I'm going to start this new stitch today. And this is, pretty sure this is the 14 count. They asked me to, they gave me a budget and I picked a canvas, and which I've shown on my other stitches. And they sent me 2 free gifts, which I appreciate very much. So I am not a cat person, but I thought this was cute. And the other one I did, the other one, the heck was it? Anyway, the other one they sent me is a 16 count, and this is a 14 count, I believe, so this will be easier on my eyes. So yeah, it's a 14 count, it says on the canvas. I'll show you that in a sec. So what y'all up to today? Are you stitching, or what craft are you doing? And I hope the floodwaters and all the, I hope you're away from all that flooding that was in Texas or wherever. We had a storm last night. It rained like heck for a while, and thankfully it stopped because we had flood warnings here. I live along very close to the Connecticut River, but not close enough that it would have any effect on me, except that the ground gets real wet. And I was looking at my basement. I was just down there, and because my furnace appears to be leaking, I don't know whether it's from constant running or it's just old, because I actually don't know how old it is. I live in a condo, and I don't know how old the furnace was. I didn't even think to ask, but it doesn't matter. If it goes, it goes. But I can see where there's some water damage along the basement floor, along the outside. So I don't know, when the ground gets saturated enough, hopefully it won't inundate my basement. But anyway, I hope you're doing well wherever you are and the weather's not getting too much for you, either the hotness or the flooding. So today I've got this little kitty cat, and you can't really tell. Let me show you the picture again. There's the picture of the kitty cat, and there's the mouse right there. And this is these stitches from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch are always serged, which is really good. They do have a long serge thread on it, which is good, but I like to cut them off a little bit just because they get in my way when I'm stitching. So, and this one's pretty long too, but thankfully it's there. I don't think I've ever seen any of my stitches that aren't serged, but But this is, as you can see, a 60 by 40, and like I said, it's a 14 count, so I'm going to use 2 strands. And I thought, silly, I do not have, and I promise I will look into being able to put a picture up here. I just have to find a video editor that I am able to use. So I'm just going to, I'll start down in the corner here. Oops, not there. I'll start down there, just so you know where I'm at. As soon as let's see, where is the information? The chart is right here. And there is no paper charting, so because it's so tiny, I'm sure. But this is that's the chart. So let's see, find where I want to start. That's a half stitch. It's funny, I have never done a half stitch, but obviously it's just a half a stitch. So that should be quick. All right, so that's 7:42. And that is 7:42 right there. I don't even have my glasses on yet. Oops, turn this around. I'll have to put my magnifiers on. I did bring them with me upstairs, so I don't have to run downstairs to get them and interrupt. Well, maybe I should put them on, huh? All right, so I'm just, if I can get this out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hate when that happens. All right, let's try this again. I'll try a different one. So, if you're new here, I thank you for dropping by while I'm struggling with this. I hope you'll like, subscribe, comment, and share, and all the YouTube-y stuff. Hit the notification bell. And come back to when it notifies you to see what else I'm up to. And if you're returning, I always appreciate you coming back. So now that I got that off, I'm going to start with the loop method here. If I can get this is straight now. It always curls up here. So let me see if I can. That didn't really help. I just wet my fingers and ran it down, and like I said, it really didn't help. I put my glasses on. Un momento, por favor. And no, I'm not Spanish. I just like to say that. Where the heck my needle go to? There it is. Escapes me. All right. So let me know what you're up to today. This might be short it depends on my, I'm gonna make these even here. It depends on my, the numbness in my fingers and if I have any pain, but I apologize. I don't mean to reiterate that, but unfortunately, sorry for the closeness. Unfortunately, that determines how long I can cross stitch anymore, and I really hate it. I mentioned that before, so like I said, I don't mean to, I'm not whining about it. It's just the way it is. So I haven't done much today. I was diamond painting before. I'm actually getting closer to finishing my Angel of Justice, so I kind of want to work on that, although I'm putting pressure on myself, and because I want to get it done. I don't think I've ever been so anxious to get a diamond painting done as I am anxious with this, because I'd rather be doing something else, like cross-stitching, because I have a big canvas from Painting Fairy that I'm working on that is really nice. I'm going to put you on pause. I'm sure this is frustrating for you watching me trying to see this. Holy smokes. This is, sorry, I get very frustrated with this numbness in my fingers. It's amazing. You don't realize how fortunate you are to have all the feelings in your fingers until you lose it. So I am starting out in the corner, like I said, under the mouse. And let's see if I can see what I'm doing actually. Probably not. All right, I'm gonna start up here, hopefully. And the canvas is stiff, so I'm going to roll this up because this helps me maneuver. You've seen me do this before. So there we go. We'll start in the right hole. All right, so I'm gonna go down and do my do my loop. I do it at the back, as you've seen me do before. Alrighty. Is that close enough? How about that? I know you guys like to see it up close and personal. And again, I dropped my needle. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, goodness. All right, let's try this again. So, outside of the weather, what else is happening in your neck of the woods? I went down to my daughter's. I have visited my daughter 3 days in a row, actually, which is unusual, only because she, because of life and work, and she lives 20 minutes down the road, which is really nothing, but sometimes when you're tired and you don't want to go anyplace, and you're retired and you just want to stay home, But I had bought her this fire pit for her birthday that she has wanted, a decent one. She had one, but it corroded and rusted out and stuff like that. So my glasses are falling. Hold on. And so for her birthday, I took her to Home Depot and I said, pick out one that you want. So she picked out this one. She took it home and tried to put it together, and shoot, don't pull out. I hate it when I pull my thread out of the eye of the needle. So she tried to put it together the other day, and there's a part that looks like part on one of the legs that looks like it's rotting out already. So we took it back last night and got a new one, and hopefully that one's all right. Because if not, we're going to take that one back and just order a new one, because I don't think they have very many left at the store, which was at Home Depot. Where'd it go? So hopefully this will be okay. I don't mind returning it, but it's just the fact that, hello. Of course, Home Depot doesn't box it. They get it from wherever, whoever their partner is in making them. But anyway, so I'm just hoping that it's all there for her. So I went down last night. I went down Sunday. And usually when I go down there, I was for quite a while just taking my cross stitch down and working on it, but lately I haven't been, just because. So have you ever watched, I don't know, which way do I want to go? I don't know if I started from the top. Oh, these are supposed to be half stitches. Here I am so used to doing regular stitches. All right, I'm going to put you on pause and take this out. Shoo, I'm glad I realized that before I got too far. Excuse me. Anyway, that's because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time, I guess. So, ouch, just stabbed myself. So I'm going to go back down here. I'm sorry. But, what was I saying? So I used to take my cross stitch down there, but we've been watching, I don't know if you know who Gordon Ramsay is, the chef. He's got like 28, well, he did at the time that we watched the show. The show actually, let's see, when was it? 15 years old. So it was 2010. let me back up, sorry. I jumped ahead. We started watching MasterChef last night. And because we had watched, oh, I just had a brain fart, Next Level Chef. So, it's, anyway, MasterChef, we watched the first episode, started from the first episode, and it showed how people are chosen and things like that. And there were many people, and they had to, Gordon Ramsay and two other chefs had to choose. They chose 30 people to be in the MasterChef program. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you watched it, but he looks obviously 15 years younger. But he can be really mean. That's the only word for it, as I can, the way he tells it as it is, but I don't know, sometimes I just didn't like some of the ways he delivered his message to the people he didn't like, and his adjectives, so towards the way he thought the food tasted and looked and stuff like that. So, but it was interesting to me. And one reason we watch, I'm sure why my daughter started watching MasterChef and the Next Level Chef. I can't see very well, sorry. Is because my granddaughter, she wants to go to culinary school, and so she's actually enrolled at the local community college for next month to start some culinary classes. And that's blurry, sorry. So, but it's pretty interesting. If you, like, my mom did not, where'd that go? My mother did not cook anything fancy. Of course, she had 5 kids to cook for, and my dad, so, and back then I don't think they had the same cooking techniques and ideas like they do now. But, so she did not cook with a lot of spices or anything like that. And I don't think that her system could have handled it. She had celiac disease, and at first when you get celiac disease, you don't even know you have it until you start having the symptoms from eating the certain foods that bother your system. So I have been learning about all different kinds of spices, and my mom didn't even take the time to teach us to cook. So when I was young and went out on my own and had my own family, I just cooked the basic foods too, like, spaghetti and meatballs and meatloaf and, all that. Not that that's, can't be enhanced with spices, because I do that now. But she just, I don't know. She just probably didn't have the patience or the time to teach any of us how to cook, with, working and having 5 kids. And my dad worked second shift, and he had been in the service, so this is my reasoning anyway. He worked at IBM Country Club. He was like the bowling alley technician, and he was a golf pro at the country club. So he came home at, I think it was 5:30, and expected his supper at 5:30. My mom had to have supper on the table at 5:30, so he would have time to eat and go back to work, because the club was only, 10 minutes down the road, maybe, if that. So, yes, and she got home from work. I think she worked till 3:30, 7 to 3:30, I think. I really, when you're a kid, you don't pay and you've got your own active life, you really don't, at least for me, I did not pay much attention to everything like that. So, but I do know my dad worked second shift because I used to spend a lot of time at the country club when I was a kid in the summer, and in the winter. Actually, that was my life for a long time. So, but my point is, my granddaughter's going. She hopes to, and I hope she succeeds. Sorry, I don't know why it gets so blurry there, but maybe because of the movement. I'm hoping she can manage this because she needs to do something with her life. Although she does have a job at Home Depot, which is a good place to work. They're very tolerant of her. And I say that just because she has her own issues and sometimes she can't handle work, and she has very high anxiety level, and they're good with her with that. So she's got a culinary class scheduled, and she's got an English class scheduled, and she has other appointments during the week, so I think my daughter started watching that for her benefit to see how kitchens are run and what, just to help her with information with cooking and stuff like that. So, but it's interesting. I've never cooked with a lot of seasoning or thought outside the box of what you can put together, actually. So it's good to see. Good. Not that I don't like to cook, but it's just, never hurts to learn something new. So it's just interesting. And I'll tell you, it's stressful in the kitchen when they want you to cook this, cook and present in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and you've got to grab what you can off the dumbwaiter that comes down. So it's just interesting. But this kitty's going pretty good, especially because it's half stitches. And I'm sure anybody who's, I didn't even segue into this, but I just want to talk about the Painting Fairy cross stitch here. Any seasoned cross stitcher will know, and if you're new and you don't know, it'll be informative for you. When you're done with this, you just put this in some tepid water. Hold on 1 minute, my thread's going to, where is it? My thread is getting too close to the eye of the needle. I want to pull it back some more. But you'll, that's one thing, there's no instructions on here how to wash this out, but that's all right. Just put it in some tepid water and all the ink will come off. And if it doesn't come off the first time, just re-warm the water, and you can actually put some dishwashing liquid in there and let that, where's my needle? I'm gonna stick myself. Just let the canvas sit in there, and it will, all the color will come off. So just be careful not to get it wet while you're doing this, because if you even have one of these are one of the obviously smaller and less expensive kits that Painting Fairy has. They actually have, they use Egyptian cotton, and I can't find the hole. And they are a higher, where am I? There I am. Higher end, higher priced cross stitch company, but the quality is wonderful. I really enjoy working with the floss, and the canvas is always nice and clear. As you can see, the symbols are very clear, and it's like this no matter what size you get, because I have the original one that I picked at no cost to me that they sent me is big. I think it's 300 by 300, and the symbols are just as clear, so it doesn't matter what size you pick. And if you hear noise in the background, as I mentioned, I live in a condo, so the maintenance people, the landscaping people, are outside doing their landscaping thing. So it's always on Wednesday. You wouldn't think they'd do it since it rained so much last night, but I guess they do it in any weather. So anyway, this is not hurting my hand today. That is so nice, and I haven't even taken any ibuprofen. And it might be because it's so small and it's not that hard to hold. So these half stitches go quicker, obviously, than a full stitch. So let me know if you've ordered anything from Painting Fairy Cross Stitch, and tell me what you think. They've offered me a couple other things, and one thing I really wish I could afford that I can't was a frame, because I could really use it for my bigger cross stitches, especially the one I just got from them. But until I can, I'm going to have to just do it. I have a frame that I can use. I have one of my other projects in it, and actually the one from them, I showed it Monday. You can check out my other stitches on there, but I have it in a Q-snap, which is okay. It's working fine. But one of these days, maybe I'll be able to afford to get their beautiful frames, as they look very good. I watched the video on it, and it's really a great frame. So but we'll see. Only time will tell. I have to pay my bills first. So, and I have a speaking of money, I have a coupon code. That's just my name, and I'll link that down below. And coupon code for 5% off, and I can't find the hole again. And I'll put their link down below. Feel free to use it. 5% is 5%. So anything to help. And I do make a small commission on it, so I appreciate you clicking the link. And why am I having so much trouble now? Oh yeah, this is a cute little cat, so this is not going to take much time to finish. But I want to just show this 14 count because I showed the 16 count and my other big one. So I'll be doing my regular stitch along on Sunday of one that I'm working out on outside of Painting Fairy. But please feel free to join me at any time, whether it's diamond painting or cross stitch. And I'm going to end in just a minute so I can get back to my Angel of Justice, or I'm also working on Christmas in July things. Where the heck? There it is, all the way up there. So I'll be posting some diamond paintings that I'm working on. So please join me with that if you'd like. And I think I'm going to end there. Alrighty, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the link below to Fairy Cross Stitch. Even though their name is Painting Fairy Cross Stitch, if you go to fairycrossstitch.com, you'll see all their items, and they're just a regular, they just have cross stitch, no diamond painting. And that's probably what helps to make them as good as they are, because they focus on just cross stitch instead of diversifying so much like other companies do. But they really have some really nice canvases that hopefully one day I'll be able to purchase. So, all right, you all take care. Have a great rest of your day and a better day tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.